Welcome back.
Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to episode 5 of our Spelljammer Echoes of the Astral campaign. As I mentioned before, and as I will continue to mention, this is a heavily edited and heavily adjusted by myself. The Spelljammer Academy and Light of Xaryxis campaigns. I put a lot of work into this, put a lot of changes into it to fit these 4 wonderful characters, and I think now is a good time as any to introduce them. So to start, we have Tinman, played by...
Howdy, howdy. I'm Dayton Chevalier, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be having a lot of fun playing... Well, I don't quite know what our DN has planned for us today, but I think it's going to be good.
I hope so. All right, and despite not knowing what's going on, I know what's happening next. We're introducing Skarok and...
Hey everyone, I am Alex Zupsik. I am playing Skarok, our wonderful bugbear ranger. Fun fact about Skarok, he doesn't wear underwear.
Whoa.
Respect.
Adventurous for
Free balling. And while Alex may have a last name, Czar's last name is Szar because his first name is General, and playing him is...
Hi, I'm Josh Robertson. I'm going to be playing your local Thrycreen pirate, General Szar. And a fun fact about Szar is he really loves Astral sea shanties, even though he cannot sing them.
That's the way the Thrycreen...
You can feel the frequencies in your head. He's going for it.
I can think them.
Yeah. And project them with your mind. And projecting in my mind right now is Valen, played by...
Hey, my name's Matt Roberts. I'm playing Valen Yosei, the club's one and only Astral elf. A fun fact about him is he's deathly afraid of clowns, space clowns, the circus, really anyone that if you take a step and a horn honks, I'm running the other way. And I don't care who's in my way. I hate those guys. But yeah, I'm playing Valen. Tonight's going to be a great episode. Thanks for everyone that's tuning in on Twitch, everyone that's tuning in on TikTok. We'll be coming live on more platforms as we get moving here. Thanks to everyone on TikTok that's been partaking and liking the memes and throwing those comments up. Keep it going. I love being able to jump on there and talk with everyone and share all these crazy great ideas. We got new merch up. It's at dirtydiceclub.com. Maybe Mark can put like a logo somewhere around here. I don't know when we get to the editing phase. Please check it out. We have a lot of great stuff there. We have some club merch. Please check it out. We also have some character merch there. All the club merch will go back to growing this great channel and offering more content. And if you purchase any of the character merch, that'll go back to the artists that we are portraying and partaking on it. So please check it out. It's some really good stuff. I spent a long time developing some unique stuff for everyone, so everyone has an opportunity to showcase their character and share some of this fun adventure we're going on. And we're just really getting started. So thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. And with that, Mark, take it away.
Speaking of getting started, Valen may have ado, but without any further ado, let's go into the recap. So last time we opened on Mert's room. Following the aftermath of the fight with the gelatinous cubes, Crux had barreled in the door to decry that Mert was needed. After a moment of deliberation, Valen and Tinman chose to find their gear in the dorm rooms while Szar and Skarok went to the simulation chambers with Crux and Mert, where Crux said Mert was needed. Crux explained that an unexpected boat of supplies had arrived, and as Tarto and Crux were present to receive it, it exploded. Tarto was heavily injured over much of her body but was still standing, leading the students to hold up in the dorms until they knew what was happening. On their way down, Tinman and Valen had run in with some ne'er-do-wells who were planting some explosives while under the guard of a Braxet and some other bandits. Valen noted that they were suspiciously nondescript and chose to sprint through, not giving them a second thought. Tinman attempted to follow suit, but was unsuccessful and fell. He clocked the explosives, and having nearly been crunched into scrap metal by the Braxat, time slowed, and he heard Silverliner's voice reach out to him. Concerned that he was already meeting his end, shortly after turning the Braxat's Tinman-bound fist into a pink mist mid-swing. As he approached and reached to take Tinman's hand to help him up, the illusion dissolved and resolved into that of a woman with a featureless face, save for 2 dark eye slits with burning blue light-like pupils, made of burnished steel, and her hands made of a delicately crafted metal. She said, "You'll do nicely," and informed Tinman to search out a locale on the Rock of Brawl. As Szar and Skarok arrived at the simulation deck, not the simulation deck, they got the lay of the land. The deck seemed to be modeled after a nice summer day in a terrestrial park. Crux mentioned that he thought that they were setting up explosives, the people at the other end of this. Upon engaging, Skarok and Crux threw themselves into the fight while Mert fires on them from afar with impressive barrage of ordnance, quickly reducing the barriers they laid to rubble. Shortly into the fight, the one seemingly in charge clicked a button in her hand, and the wall behind her detonated, leaving a gap in the wall, destroying the walkway Valen and Tinman were just crossing. During the fight, Szar stood by Crux, showing incredible loyalty to a comrade and picking him up whenever he fell. And for this, Szar, I am giving you inspiration for the session.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
However, when a ship showed up out of the gap, and a Thrycreen looking identical to Szar proclaimed himself Dread Captain Szar, whose voice certainly did not sound Thrycreen. When Szar spoke up, Dread Captain Szar seemed to be distracted for a moment before the large beetle ship he was on curled its legs, showing there to be cannons inside, and unloaded a battery on Czar's locale, sending Crux sprawling into the trees and Szar flying backwards. After an intervention and some smart strategizing with Tony, the Rygar captain fled, leaving a soul gift stormtrooper who seemed determined to fight against overwhelming odds. Valen offered another option. Being abandoned by his crew and outnumbered, perhaps there was a better way. The gift proposed a duel between him and one of them. If he won, he'd get to leave. If he lost, he'd tell them everything he knew. Valen tried to cajole and hype up his comrades, but most balked at his brash and abrasive methods, leaving him to face the duel himself. And that is where we pick up Episode 5 of Echoes of the Astral Sea.
All right.
Your boy.
Yeah, I'm going to start stretching out and eyeing them up. And just getting ready for this. I'm going to switch my my cannon over to the flamethrower and kind of like check my sword a little bit and make sure my laser pistol's ready to go.
Okay.
And make my way over to him.
As you're stretching out, Crux with toddles over.
I was going to say, because while that duel was going on, Skarok was on his way to help Crux over to the group to make sure that he was okay.
So the duel has yet to start. It was decided that it would, and then the GIF had gone to the edge of the the opening here to wait for Valen. So that would be when you go over to help Crux, who is now tottering over. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no. So like basically when everything was breaking off and like Valen was trying to duel him, Szar went over one way, I went towards Crux. So it's like, yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Cool. So you went over to help Crux. Tinman and Szar, what were you doing in this time?
I was also on my way to help Crux, but I see he doesn't need it, so...
He might. You don't know. He's a big guy.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I'll come out and give Skarok a hand. Limping Crux back over here.
All right, and Tinman?
At this point, I'm just keeping my focus on Valen there. He seemed pretty quick to throw himself into a duel and gamble a perfectly good prisoner on it, but I figure he knows what he's doing, so I want to see what his plan is here. Is he just throwing himself in all pomp and circumstance, or does he actually have a plan?
Oh, he was planning to throw one of you in there without any pomp and circumstance. But all right, so you're keeping an eye on him. Mert steps over to you, Tinman, and just sort of takes a knee and starts polishing his firearms. And we lost Day.
It's all right.
Still there, Day?
Yeah, your camera's back, but you're. We can continue. We can hear him.
Yep. Cool. So, Tinman, Mert sort of takes a knee and starts polishing his firearms. You can see that he just out of pockets, like he's wearing some vest on. He has his belt loop, but you can see out of pockets, he's pulling all kinds of materials like cloths, oils, and stuff like that, things that wouldn't conceivably fit in his pockets. And then finally, as he sees Crux come up, he pulls out a sort of a bronze canteen and makes his way over. And you smell the very strong scent of alcohol off of this, even from where you are.
Ooh. What you got there, big guy?
What this is a pick-me-up for Crux.
Why don't you let me get a little sip of that?
Do you think you could handle it?
What do you think, big guy?
You elves never did good with the hard stuff.
I'm gonna need it. Hand it over here, buddy. You see what I'm facing up over here? This is one of your guys.
Mine? Are you talking to Mert or Crux?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Crux came over. Mert came over?
They're both there. I just wanted to make sure who you're talking to.
Yeah. I was talking to Crux.
Oh, okay. So Mert hands it to Crux. Crux responds, I don't know. You don't have hair on your chest now, but this will certainly put some there.
Wait, Astral Elves have hair on their chests?
Astral Elves have hair?
They do if they drink this.
Everyone settle down. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take a big swig of it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
All right.
And I want you to take this at disadvantage.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that is a natural one.
That's
good.
bad.
It's starting good. It's starting good.
All right. So I rolled a natural one. I'm like, I got to pull up the table here so everyone can see it. Bang. I drink it. What happens?
So as you take a drink, the first thing that assaults your senses is that there isn't one type of alcohol in this. There's a lot of types of alcohol. But over everything, there seems to be sort of a lime-like scent flavor to it, almost a minty flavor. But as you take the sip, you bring it back, or the chug, the swig, you bring it back down, and you're extremely dizzy for a moment. Everything around you turns an emerald green, and you spin and spin and spin in your own head for a moment before getting dizzy and falling down. You're currently prone. The Crux looks it down at you. He grabs it back from you, takes another swig and downs it in one drink, and looks at you and says, the first victim of the Jade Tsunami.
Skarok's gonna grab
here
the
I
bottle
thought-
off of Crux.
Here, I
and
thought this was
grab a swig.
the Interstellar Gargle Blaster.
Really quick before you continue, Alex, Matt, can I have you roll a d20?
Yep. Bang. Okay. 19.
You heal 19 hit points.
Oh. Gosh, that feels good.
And
Dang.
if you didn't before, you now have hair on your chest.
There's one single hair.
It's curly.
No,
Oh,
there's
very
19 single hairs.
There's 19 single hairs on my chest, and I'm so confused.
and they're all in its sporadic pattern. It's not like a little nice patch. It's just random.
Is this an
They form
outline?
a triangle.
I'm like I'm still dizzy too. Oh, what the heck was
Take
that?
your time. Don't stand up too quickly. You might hurt yourself.
Oh my god.
You were saying, Alex?
I don't know. I was gonna say is the Skarok's grabbing the bottle from Crux as well. Like, gives it a sniff, and throws one back. It's like, what is this?
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Szar went in on that. I don't think Thrycrean's gonna grow hair, but he wants to try.
Seeing that Crux had downed one, most of one by himself, and seeing everybody's a little more interested, first you see the GIF over there looking extremely annoyed that this is taking forever. But what can he do? Like, what's he gonna do? Like, where's he gonna go?
Wait your turn.
Yeah. So Mert sees that Crux has run out and steps up. He sort of gives Tinman sort of a smirk, pulls out another one and hands it over to Skarok. You may start with this one. It's my special brew.
All right. So yeah, I rolled an 8 on my Constitution saving throw.
So similar to Valen, the world around you takes on hues of green, though it's a little more nuanced this time. And you spin, and you spin, and you spin, and you get dizzy and you fall down.
I'm like sitting next to him, like kind of getting up already. Like, oh my god, does this have a hangover?
Szar, you were also partaking. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh yes, yes,
I got him.
yes.
So, exact same thing,
this
except for. Go ahead, Day.
This is what we're doing this session.
Yeah.
This is where we are now.
So, Szar, this is considerably more disorienting for you with your multifaceted eyes. The spinning almost feels three-dimensional, I guess, not just around, but also up and down. And you fall prone. You everything turns green and you fall prone. Crux looks around at the three of you laying on the ground around him and goes, "Ah, yes, the Jade Tsunami.
I'm pretty sure this drink just gave us all a concussion.
Ah, yes, much like the man who invented it, a good friend of mine.
Ooh.
They said he fought like the fury of the gale itself.
Ooh.
But I believe you have a duel to be about.
Yeah, I'm gonna start standing up, like kind of that drunken stupor, and start stretching out again.
Crux is gonna steady you. That was a slip. Crux is gonna steady you, and he's going to give you a pat on the back. And you see as Mert steps around Szar, and he motions for you to hold out your hand. I've got something to help with that.
What do I receive?
He puts a small sphere that looks to be like a chocolate sphere in your palm. Go ahead and eat it up.
All right.
And it tastes just like chocolate, but after a moment, the disorientation and the headache go away.
Oh, Mert, you must like to drink a lot, buddy.
Nothing that a little chocolate and ginger can't help.
All right, and I'm gonna start making my way over to this GIF.
It's about time. You leave a Cadmus brother waiting.
And as I get closer, I'm gonna ask him, like, let me see those teeth, big guy. And I'm gonna look at him.
Why?
Yes. You've got summer teeth. Some are gonna be over here, some are gonna be over there when we're done with this. But I'm gonna get all your secrets. And then I'm gonna kind of like take a defensive stance and get ready to go.
Okay, be honest. What movie is that from?
He pulls his sword, his great sword, out of the ground and squares up. Then let us be about it. I look forward to wiping the floor with you.
You want me to roll initiative?
We're just going to go back and forth. There's no point in initiative. So, Valen, as he steadies himself and sets in, I'm going to let you have the first turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately hit him with the laser pistol.
Okay, a quick draw with the laser pistol.
Bang. For a 15.
All right, so as you pull out the laser pistol and loose a shot, it pings off of his armor, just barely missing one of the gaps left from his previous abuse.
And then I am going to do my flamethrower, which is... I'm sorry, I thought I had this ready. Actions. Where the hell is it? Heck is it? Well, I guess that's going to be it for my turn this turn.
Okay, but you were gonna ready your flamethrower.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not it. Yep, that's it for this turn.
Okay. Seeing that you want to play at a distance, two can play that game. You see as he reaches behind him and in a large leather sack that's on his waist, he reaches in and pulls out a sphere that's roughly the size of a grapefruit. You see him sort of plunger in a thumb, roll it on the ground towards you, turn and dive backwards. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as it explodes at your feet.
Damn, 8.
All right. The thunder bomb goes off at your feet.
God.
Let's see here. You're gonna take 17 thunder damage. And
no.
let's go ahead and roll that. Ooh. And then I need you to roll a d6.
All right. Oh my gosh. 1.
Okay. You are knocked 10 feet, 15 feet that way.
Oh my gosh.
And it is back to you.
All right. Getting back up, I'm going to wipe the blood off my face. I'm pretty damaged. That hurt quite a bit. And then I'm going to launch another laser pistol right back at him.
All right.
17
That
hit.
lands.
All right.
Sorry, I should let you say your roll.
Yeah. So that's a 17.
All right.
Sorry, I double rolled it.
That's fine. So 12 damage. Dang, very
Nice.
nice. And you can see that he's already been damaged from the previous fight. That one seems to land really solid, and you could see him sort of doubled over, like holding a gut wound. His great sword sort of falls a little limp to the side. He's still holding it strong, but you can see that this is when wearing on him. Is anybody else doing anything in this moment?
I didn't know that was an option.
Oh, that blood mat looks sick.
Oh, it hurts. My whole face is bleeding. That bomb really messed me
Really
up.
messed you up. All right. Szar, Skarok, Tinman, are you doing anything in this moment?
I don't think so.
I do wonder what Valen's going to do against this. This is a fearsome foe.
And then
Yeah, I get the feeling he may have gone in pretty half-cocked here.
Go on, Valen.
I'm going to use my flamethrower, which is just going to be a spell attack.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit.
Woo, yes, it does.
So I'm going to kind of like launch back and toss it behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of right behind him and torch him from the back. And then keep my distance as it's torching him.
All right. So you're going to let your little doohickey stand behind him and do the damage.
Yep.
All right. Then let's go ahead and use one of these for that.
And that'll be my turn.
Cool. All right.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Double check. Dayton's not on stream. I don't think anyone can hear him.
He can hear him. It's just his video's not working.
I am unloved.
It's all right. Sorry.
It's all right. So, Valen, the spell, or it lands, and you said it's a 15-foot cone, correct?
Yeah.
It's a dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
Cool. So let's go ahead. Will that roll? No, it won't. It's all right. 16. What does he have to beat?
It is a 14. Damn.
Okay. So he meets it, so he should take half damage, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. That is.
Oh, if it's a spell attack, then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to roll.
Yeah. I'm trying
Oh,
to.
okay. Then you hit. Roll your damage.
Yep.
Thought it was a dex save, but that's probably me thinking of something else.
A lot to keep up with.
I rolled 2d8. It should just be 1 plus 4. So it'd be 9.
9 fire damage right to the beak. All right. You see that a little ironically, whatever gut wound he was holding, he seems to like tentatively let it go, as it seems to have been cauterized. But you can also see that like the soles of his boots are starting to melt to the ground with the level of heat you're hitting him with right now.
Yes.
And the armor around him starts to glow red hot as he's continually torched. What you hear inside the armor, at first you think is sobbing, but at first you hear and he rages.
Oh no.
Oh no!
He is going to. Are you moving at all?
No, I'm trying to stay away from him as far as possible.
Okay, so he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and he is going to attempt to shove you off the ledge.
Oh boy.
He's going to roll.
Mark, I just want to point out that while that was all going off, Skarok is kind of sliding up towards the left-hand side.
I saw you. Okay. All right, Valen. So I'm going to have him roll, and I also want you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Bang.
If you're trying to avoid falling over. Does a
11.
15 hit you?
15 does not hit.
Ooh, okay. So he goes to shove.
Got my armor.
But clearly, something's unwired at the moment. He's a little off, and he goes to shove you. You step aside, and he falls prone next to the ledge.
Yes.
Your turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna bring the laser pistol down and put one right into his head real quick. Just aim it right down and let it go.
The rest of you see Valen kneeling to put the, the firearm in
Valen!
his head.
And I rolled a 7, and I'm gonna try to get my flamethrower up to the side so it won't hit me, and have him do that.
You hear Skarok in the background yelling your name. I'd like you to make a wisdom check to see if you tap into it.
Yep. Bang. How does a 7? God, I have the worst dice.
You gotta watch your dice, my guy.
Yeah.
You pull your laser pistol out, as you've done hundreds of times before, and as you kneel down, you see that the GIF is in such serious pain that he is in some sort of delirium. He's continuing to laugh, but you see that the bottoms of his boots are entirely melted away, and you can see the welts of scorched flesh on the soles of his feet. You can see and hear and smell what smells a lot like Skarok's cooking in that armor.
Oh no.
And you hear him half laugh and half scream as his chest is pressed into the searing metal. He attempts to push himself up, but his greatsword falls off the cliffside. And as you go to pull the trigger, Valen, you hear something soft touch your mind. Something gentle, not familiar, but compelling. A small voice speaks into your mind, and it says, "Mercy, Valen."
And
mercy.
hearing it, I'm going to put my pistol away and kind of get down on his level and pick up his helmet.
You're taking the helmet from him? Or are you grabbing his helmet?
I'm going to try to grab his helmet.
Okay. He doesn't fight as you lift it off of his head. And you can see behind the spittle and blood coats his lower jaw. You can see burns in the grating where the fire got through the grating of his helmet. And you could see his eyes are wild and crazed with some sort of bloodlust or near-death delirium. You're not sure.
And I'm going to try to just kick him across the jaw and knock him out. And hopefully I knock some teeth out and make him go over there.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. Just roll a d8 damage for your unarmed, though you don't do that much damage with unarmed. He's prone, so he's not going to move.
How does 5 sound?
A 5 is high on the average. So you kick him across the jaw, and you see one of his tusks breaks loose and flies and spins on the ground for a moment before settling to a stop.
I told you had summer teeth, buddy. And I'm going to start wiping the blood away from my mouth and spit it out, like, and then turn back to the group. And, hey, Tony, zap him back and let's tie this guy up. We got to ask him some questions.
You got it! And you see
Hey,
one of
Valen,
his
you all right?
one of his tendrils comes up in a salute.
Yeah, I'll be fine, big guy. That didn't feel good. And I'm going to take a rag out of my pocket and like try to start cleaning up a bit.
Hey, man, when we get back to the barracks, I'll make you a salad, all right?
Oh, that sounds great.
All right.
Oh,
So-
damn it. Mark, I was just about to ask, was that Rhaegar supposed to be there?
That was Valen's dealio.
Oh,
It was his
got
little
it.
machine. It was my stand-in for the moment. As the fight comes to a close, both Crux and Mert see the gift teleported back to the beginning spot here, and Mert looks at the four of you, and you could see him heave a heavy sigh of relief. Oh, goodness gracious! This is more than a schoolmaster should ever have to deal with. I tell you. Let us head up to the officers' dorms. We will speak and debrief. Tony, can you deal with the cleanup? Yeah, you got it. And he turns to
What's he
March
gonna do to clean up?
out.
He can only.
He
What kind of
zaps it to
punches
the.
are you getting?
He puts a bag at the front and he zaps all the stuff into the garbage bag.
Yo,
Since
that's
you're still
actually brilliant.
Yeah, all right,
curious,
Tony. I apologize.
No worries. And you see as he turns one of his tendrils towards one of the corpses, and he lets out a different colored zap, and the body disintegrates.
Tony,
Never
where was
mind.
that earlier?
Disintegration. rate.
Tony, come on, man.
We're in a school. What do you want from me?
That.
Disintegration.
That
Tony,
is
did
against
you see
school
my
policy.
nose? That hurt.
It just didn't seem fair. I'm sorry.
Tony, do I look like a student?
Do you want me to disintegrate you?
That's a good point. All right, where are we heading
All
to?
right, sorry, Tony. As you were.
That
And,
wasn't a threat. I'm asking.
As by the time I make it up to the group, I've kind of cleaned up, licked my wounds a little bit. I'm still hurt, but I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Crux is gonna push his drink into your hands and say, "Have another swig. It goes down better the next time."
And I'll take a swig of it.
You still get the flash of green, and the world spins for a moment, but it's not quite as bad. You settle down after a moment, and it settles into your stomach pretty heavy. It's almost like having just eaten a full meal almost.
Oh,
With
it
how heavy it
actually
is.
goes down better the second time, big guy.
I told
Drinking
you.
your bread.
It's an acquired taste. I will have to maybe bring some of this home at some point and celebrate with my kinfolk.
I think that would be brilliant. But he looks down at you, and he looks at... Oh, roll a d20 for me, please.
Yep.
He looks at himself, and then at the rest of the party. I do believe Mert has the right of it.
That's a two.
You heal 2 hit points. I do believe Mert has the right of it. We need to reconvene and figure out where to go from here. If you would, I believe we may have a job for you, the 4 of you. And it will be paid official Academy of Business.
Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
All right.
And I definitely walk off with a little bit of like a limp in my step, like I just got blown up by a grenade.
Mert gives you a hefty pat on the back and says, "You did fine out there. I'm proud of you."
Thanks, man. That hurt
He's,
a lot.
Yes, thunder bombs usually do. However, you held your mettle. I know you have had a storied past, Valen. We've done our research and we have our ways, but I do believe that you can do something good by helping us.
I'm hoping so, man. I really am. I think I'm at the right place here. I really do. This group, I give them a hard time, but they're actually pretty capable.
Indeed. Anyway, let us be about it. You have a mission? And he turns and heads out. You hear the continued bzz, 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 as Tony continues to disintegrate certain things. Though you notice as you're on your way out, a small pile of like weapons and discarded gear from those that were slain here gathers where the starting point is, and you leave. So you follow. What are you guys doing as you Mert and Crux head up towards the officers' quarters? Are you going with? Is there anything else you'd like to do? It sounds like you have a moment to breathe if you'd like.
I'm gonna kind of.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna kind of saddle up next to Valen. Kind of the same walking speed and gait that we had when we were heading up to the barracks last time. You didn't have a plan, did you? You just went in there half-cocked, huh?
Sometimes that's the best plan.
And if it didn't pan out as expected?
I like to think this team would have helped save me. Am I wrong in that assumption there, Tin Man?
Kind of brings his hat over his eyes for a moment. Well, you wouldn't have been, but I wouldn't have promised it. Still, you pulled yourself through. Not a lot of elves I know would throw themselves in front of a gift like that.
Yeah, it's...
And few will still survive.
Well, he said.
It may be the luck of my stars that we were put on this path together, my friend. And I may not fully understand you, but I'm having a feeling that I'm going to find out here soon just how unique you are. And I'm going to kind of stop walking and kind of like look at him and see how he reacts.
I'm going to kind of eye him for a moment. You kind of got like this deadpan robotic face. Like there's not a lot to really read there. You kind of like see his eyebrows kind of transition and his eyes kind of fold in and out for a second. Like there's some facial expressions, but you can't quite read what it means. And he kind of says, "Yeah, you too." And then continues turning and walking.
Puzzling, kind of puzzled. I'm gonna keep walking too and actually find a little, comfort in that he went back to normal, and it's just one less thing I have to think about right now. Like, yeah, it's good. And continue walking. And I'm following them up to the quarters with them. As beaten and down I am, the prospect of a mission and getting off of this death trap that has brought me to my knees multiple times sounds great to me. So I'm moving with them.
All right, Skarok and Szar, do you have any input?
I'm following them with Valen.
Yeah, following them. I was gonna say actually, as we're going, Skarok just kind of nudges Szar and he starts like, "Hey, you mentioned you owned the crate and tackle earlier."
I don't own it, but I have spent quite a bit of time there.
Then you might know, lady, looked like the chick that we fought today. Used to frequent that bar.
There are
familiar?
a few of those that species that frequent the bar. What was her name again?
And so Skarok doesn't actually know her name, does he? Because he only knows the other one.
Correct. Skarok would not know
Her name.
Yes.
Szar would.
Szar would
Yes.
if he knew which one he was talking about.
Yes.
So he brings it up and says,
Because I believe there was a group of 3 that frequented that bar.
Correct.
yeah, he just brings up like, yeah, no, friend of mine used to talk about how he met this girl at the bar. Just haven't seen him in a while. Wondered if we might cross paths again. That's all.
Now, would I happen to know who he's talking about?
That depends. How are you describing this person, Skarok?
I haven't said.
Okay.
He
So-
just said friend.
Yeah, he leaves it incredibly vague, so you really can't tell. It could be one of 3 Rygar that frequented the crated tackle.
Because essentially Skarok is he is grateful to be here and safe, but at the same time, it's not really like Spelljammer Academy. He's hearing the accolades of Szar, it's like, you know what, the pirate life is kind of intriguing. He's just looking for his ticket out.
Right. The next step on his journey.
Yep.
Their next leg. All right. So as you continue up the academy, you actually feel as what was once slanted is starting to even out. And as you look out any of the windows, you can see that the academy is righting itself. It is moving back to a very sturdy standing. From standing straight up, I should say.
Witchcraft.
And as you continue to climb, eventually you make your way up to the officers' quarters in the upper left of the map there. And you see that this you've been through this area before, but you haven't actually had a chance to look around, as it was usually kept guarded. And then, of course, there's the time when you brought up earlier today Mert's package. The entire area is, of course, made a little nicer. It's a little better furnished. It's not an academy so much as a living space for the people that work in this academy. You can see that the floor has a nice crushed red velvet carpet. The walls are adorned with nice sconces, and Mert takes you over into the banqueting hall on the left side here. And inside you can see that what once was a small officer's cafe has been turned into what looks to be more of a briefing room. Tardo is standing in there with 4 other figures, and you can see that they have a half circle of chairs and a large desk set ahead of those 5 chairs, or those few chairs. Tardo's sitting in one, and you can see next to her is Cricklet, the Thrycreen that had gone off earlier when you guys won against them in the fight with Tony, or the test with Tony. And in 2 other chairs are Fred and Mikan, the 3 that she had picked out on the way up here. You can see as she goes to stand up and winces, and you could see Cricklet sort of put a hand on her shoulder and ease her back to sitting. How did things go in the simulations chamber? He seems to be looking at you, Skarok.
Things went fine. We had a couple of incursions, some explosions. Valen took the brunt of it. Szar as well. We do actually have a prisoner. Crux. Where is the prisoner?
I love how he calls all that fine. I'm what?
It's fine.
We left Tony with orders to teleport him back and tie him up, so he'll probably be along shortly. You can see as Mert's expression changes as he sees Tardo in the state that she's in. You can see a sort of softening of his his usually stern face. You can see what once were laugh lines have turned into lines of worry. And while Crux sort of turns to speak with the four of you, Mert continues on and starts to worry over Tarto. And then Fred looks up and gives you a wave. Well, hello there.
Oh, Fred, what's up, man? Can you lock in for like 20 minutes, dude?
I'm always locked in.
Oh boy, it's good seeing
That's,
you.
that's about as locked in as he gets.
I'm glad you weren't injured in the attack, so thank you.
I'm glad you didn't die. And you can
I'm
sort of
pretty glad
see.
we didn't die either.
as
You
can see-
too, you too, buddy. You too.
You can see as his sort of upper torso inflates somewhat to sort of make himself look a little bigger. We fought off the ones down up the sky dock.
Ooh, wait. Skydock?
Yes.
What?
Remember, we went to the barracks to get our stuff. You guys went up to the simulation chamber, but the goal was to end up at the skydock. That was one of the options we were given.
How'd it go at the Skydock? Fill me in there, buddy.
Yeah. What?
Well, they brought this silly little tugboat full of explosives. It didn't go well.
I'm
Thanks.
I'm glad you were there to prevent any more craziness happens. It actually elevates you quite a bit in your capabilities and how I think of you, buddy.
Fred reaches forward a pseudopod, and before you can even take it to shake it, he shakes it himself and then pulls it back. Well, thank you. Meekhead did the best of it, though.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You could see, still sitting in the chair, Meekhead sort of straightens up a little bit. You couldn't tell if he was listening, but from that comment, you could tell he's listening. But otherwise, he doesn't seem to be taking an active role in the conversation. But yes, the tugboat stopped midair. In fact, it was talking about teal leaves.
You don't say. Teal
Szar
leaves.
just turns and looks right at Skarok.
Well,
It's plumb wild, I tell you. I've never heard a ship talk.
hey, you know,
Whoa,
it's,
hurry
it's,
on the back.
it's a
Ooh.
day of wild stuff going on. I'm glad you're here, actually, and I do mean that. It does sound like you guys weren't that bad out there, so congrats. What's this mission all about? You want to fill us in here?
I believe Tarto is going to do that shortly. Please have
Hold
a
up.
seat. Yes?
No. Thanks for the update there, Fred. And like kind of waves him off, and like I bring the group in a little bit closer, and just say, all right, anybody else? This is weird. There was another Szar. Now they're talking about another tree with teal leaves. What the hell's going on?
Oh, I thought he was talking about,
I thought he was talking about you.
yeah, like maybe.
No.
He wasn't up at the. He wasn't there at the skydock.
I just assumed his character
thought-
preceded him, and they
I
heard
thought-
about it in the. You
He
make a great
heard-
point.
The ship talking about a tree with teal leaves.
And there was a tree
Hey,
on the
Fred, are you talking about the tree had teal leaves?
No, when it was just floating there, it kept saying, I must find the one with teal leaves. I won't go any further.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
looking
Yeah,
for someone
Skarok,
with
that
teal leaves.
was looking for you.
Yeah, he was about to blow you up, dude. Are you kidding me? A boat full of bombs was looking for you as a tree, dude. They knew
You wanna
about you.
tell
How
us
did they
what he
know
was
it?
looking for?
They knew about the tree. They knew about Szar. There was a second Szar.
No, there isn't they. The ship is what spoke.
Wait, what? The ship spoke.
Correct?
Yes.
He's just mistaken. There must have been some guy he couldn't see hidden, yelling or sorts. He can't. The boat doesn't speak, guys.
Not necessarily.
There are plenty of boats that speak.
Gosh
actually.
darn it! Not.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Seen quite
there's a
a
lot
few
of crazy
in my space
psionicness
faring
out there.
All I'm gonna say is the jungle is way easier than this.
Oh, the ship
Why
may
are
have
you
ta-
would-
ships.
okay, this ship may have talked and may have not talked. We can't confirm or deny this. I'm gonna go on that they just mistaken what they saw. But no doubt they were here to destroy the tree man. Sorry,
The ship had a giant tree on it?
no, they were looking to bring those bombs to the teal tree.
I have heard about ships that have trees on them. They're pretty cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I
but
don't
living
think that's
ships.
the case here.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case one bit. As cool as it sounds, Skarok, I don't
Well, I'm
doubt
asking.
the
I'm
legitimacy
asking.
how cool it is. I think we're just a little mistaken about what we saw at the ship. Either way, they were here to kill Skarok, and they didn't want to blow their load too soon, you know?
Well,
But why me?
I believe
Why did
we'll
they
an
have?
answer
Why
to
did they
all of
have
it.
another Szar?
I will
Well, we
believe
got
you'll
one
have-
of their little footlings coming up here. Let's call him Littlefoot so we can demean him in a little bit. I think they'll hate that.
I like that. I like that.
His
Boss
little,
shot me with a cannon.
yeah, Littlefoot's gonna be here in like, who knows, shortly. We're about to get this brief here, and maybe we can figure out why there's a double Szar and why there's ships full of explosive with Skarok's name on it, and why there's a box full of gelatinous cubes for Mert we still haven't. There's a lot of assassins out here. None are for me, so you guys all have a
We've
lot
seen.
a lot of explaining to do right now before we go step foot out in the astral plane here. So I know what we're getting into here, because not cool, guys. I took a grenade at my feet there. You guys could give me a heads
me.
up. Like there's a league of deadly pirates trying to blow up my ever existence. That might
As-
help.
There's quite a few.
As you're
leagues of
ranting,
deadly pirates.
Valen, Tardo stands up suddenly and moves forward to the desk. You keep asking questions, but we want you to find answers.
I was afraid. no one would say that.
Wait. You mean you don't have any of these answers?
We have ideas and concepts. We know little else concretely, and it will take us time to put together what we know. We would like your assistance in this endeavor.
Well, you make a good point, because I actually believe Tinman is a bit of an investigator here. If I do.
Whoa, hold up. I didn't sign up for any of this.
Oh, okay. So what? We were just gonna hold hands up here in the situation room here, or?
The hope is that while Mert, Crux, and I prepare for your mission to Hakatha, which we will discuss this evening, that you would take the time to try and figure out the mechanics and potentially who might be attacking us specifically. We have ideas, like I said. We seek confirmation.
Well, let's get a little foot up here.
I am game to investigate this. They had a guy claiming to be me, and I will not stand for that.
Yeah, that sounds like that's a good starting point. There was another you out there, buddy. How many?
I'm trying to.
If you could answer, how many more do you think there are of you out there like that we have to just watch our back for? Actually,
I didn't
watch
even
your
think
back.
there was one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like he's pretty surprised there was any, if we're being entirely frank.
I mean, but like, you're a bug, so like.
Yeah, there's a lot of Thrycreens. That doesn't mean there's Szar.
Oh.
You see Crux sort of rest a large hand on your shoulder there, Valen. My son, not cool.
When there's someone with a last name that looks like you, it makes me wonder, you know?
Technically, Szar is my only name, but I go by General Szar.
Well, I apologize, Szar. I just assumed there'd be like millions
Thrycreens
of
don't,
you and
don't typically have family names.
Oh, okay. Dandy.
The three places that you recall having the most immediate effect and attack, and from what you've heard, are down in the wharfs around the cargo area, specifically reaching up a couple of levels to the reception area. So the entire first 3 floors, from what you've heard, have been entirely bombed out. There was the attack that was just outside the simulation chamber, where you guys had seen that firsthand. And then there was something happening in the sky dock with a ship that was allegedly looking for someone with teal leaves. So, Tarto looks at the four of you. Name your price. This will not be free. We are contracting you.
All right, sounds like something we'll have to think about over break.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll be
Take
back
5.
in
Yep.
5 minutes for
we'll be
the
back in 5.
rest. All right, welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome back, everybody, from our 5-minute break. I assure you it felt longer to us.
Dayton, you're still blacked out, but we can still hear you. So unfortunately, we're gonna just have to put a beautiful picture of your great smile up and post here. So we'll continue.
Wrapped in the
Out about
abyss.
that?
At the end, we'll just get a good picture of you, Dayton, a screenshot, and I'll put it up in post.
Yep.
Perfect. So everybody gets my beautiful face.
Yep. All right. Welcome back, everybody. So we had left off with the party sort of deciding how much they want to ask for in pay for this investigation.
Valen has no interest in really haggling or going over the price. It's not really what drives him. So he's gonna look at the rest of the crew too.
Szar is quite interested in the money.
As I look over
At
and
least
you're
he's
like
honest.
rubbing your hands, you're like, well.
Both sets doing the same thing.
Just doing the
As he
fly
rubs
thing.
them together, it makes like the cricket sound.
Yes. That's canon. You're rubbing your hands. There's cricket sounds. We all know you want to talk money, buddy. So take it away.
When he gets really excited,
What's-
you hear like cicadas.
What's the standing offer?
Well, considering our storeroom was just blown up, whatever we have in our pockets. I may have a stash in my room somewhere. Mert adds.
Mert, my guy. We'll take it.
Double it. Give it to the next guy. Let's go, guys.
I'm the next guy.
Well, interestingly enough, Valen might know where it's at. You remember the very first trap you triggered? Under that
Yes.
flagstone.
Oh, you hide your money under a trap. That's actually brilliant. I would have never looked there. Mert, I like you, buddy.
Mert, your brilliance astounds me.
Yeah.
My thank you. So, in that box, I've got an electrum ingot for you.
Oh.
It is yours. Should you give us satisfying answers?
Yeah.
An
My
ingot,
best.
like a whole like smelter's cube. That's okay. Never mind.
Yes, it's somewhere in the realm of about 10,000 gold. Almost enough to buy a ship.
Ooh.
Well then.
I think do I still hear the cricket chirps? Or have they stopped? Is this
no, they've
suffice?
Szar has quit
Yeah.
rubbing his hands together.
I think that will suffice there, Mert. The chirping has gone away, which means I think negotiations are pretty successful here.
Brilliant. Be about it. We have only so much time.
Honestly, out of character, just Szar making cricket noise until we're happy with the money situation is hilarious. Like just
That's
us
canon.
talking until he's done making noises and like
100 gold? Crickets. 150? Crickets.
okay, back to it.
Electrum
Sorry.
ingot?
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's awesome.
What was that, Szar?
One
Yeah.
electrum ingot?
Yeah. Nothing. Okay.
Like I said, when he gets really excited, you start to hear cicada sounds.
Yes.
So you've been told to be about it. So where would you like to start?
I I want to talk to the prisoner, and I'd like maybe Tinman to go with me. If you guys don't mind tackling one of the other areas of interest, is the prisoner ready? Tinman, how do you feel about that?
Hey,
Yeah,
not
well,
to,
Go ahead, Dan.
no. Sorry, Dayton.
I was just saying, yeah, I'll come along. I'll see what we can find.
You're just a little muted is all.
Oh, well, all right, a little quiet. How about that? Is that better?
Better.
Yeah.
All right. Here we are, Skarok.
Rather than split the party like last time, we don't know if there's anything left in this going on. I say we stick together to do this.
I
agree.
I like your thinking, Skarok. See, this is why we're going to be a good team. You're already thinking as a team. Yeah, let's go talk to this big old GIF. Oh,
All right.
man. And I picked up his tusk, right? Yes,
Cool.
I did.
I will say yes.
Yeah, after leaving, I had bent down and picked it up. I don't know if you had heard me say that, but I definitely said it.
Yeah, I heard it.
I had a sneaking suspicion you were looking to make a necklace out of it.
Oh, yes. I may have a gift necklace here soon. Well, let's continue.
It's the least morally sourced ivory.
Yes.
right. So where are you heading? Oh, go ahead.
Yep. No. On our way down, I'm going to swing through the kitchen to pick up a plate of lunch for the interrogation.
You're gonna get some
Oh,
kabak?
a little good cop, bad cop. Okay. Bring in
All right.
some food.
You
You
gotta put
hungry?
the donuts in the middle of the room first.
Yeah.
Are you getting what was made for lunch, or are you getting
Yes.
something else?
The grilled kabak.
Okay, just
The one that looks like GIF.
a little bad, a bad cop, really bad cop.
Oh,
No. Bad cop, distasteful cop.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad cop Valen.
Bad cop, Hannibal Lecter.
All right. So you swing through and you see that the mess is surprisingly quiet. Not even Rybeck is there right now. And you go down there, you find you pull out your bag of colding, you manage to prep something, throw something together really quick and continue on. It only takes you a couple minutes. You're good at what you do. And you head back up to the simulation chamber, or down to the simulation chamber to catch up with everyone else. As you approach, you can see that the GIF is sat in what looks to be a cobbled together chair. You can see that the two shipwrights of the academy are actually there as well, Kip and Pick, sort of trying to find the edge of this explosion and trying to put things back together. Tony is standing over the GIF, and judging from the state of the chair, he's gotten up and attempted to run a few times and has been teleported directly back to where he was. And you can see just his one eye, like Tony's brow is furrowed, so you got like a very angry eye looking down at him, just staring directly at him. But you can see that he's sitting he can see that he's sitting in the chair. His armor is discarded to the side, so he's just wearing basically a loincloth, as it were. And it sort of his overwhelming bulk sort of sits on this small chair.
I'm gonna go up to him and throw my bloody rags at his feet and tell him, you almost got me. And you told me you're gonna tell everything you knew about this op you ran on us. But there's telling me everything you know, and then you're gonna tell me everything you know. And then I'm gonna like start cracking my knuckles a little bit.
Oh, please don't let this go full Casino Royale.
Intimidation tactics. Ballsy to use against a GIF.
And then you remember your summer teeth, right, buddy? And then I'm gonna take his summer tooth and put it on the table.
Say your piece.
Well, you and your boys came over to this nice peaceful school and acted all reckless here for really unsubstantiated reasons, and we need to know why, and we need to know why quick.
Well, You can consider yourself fooled, friend. I am simply a footman. I was hired the same way my brothers are hired. If you'd like to know who hired me, even I don't know that name. However, I can tell you the name of our captain. The Rygar that you saw earlier.
Yeah, like I said, you're going to tell us everything you know, and then you're going to tell us everything you know. So make sure you get it out.
What
Yes.
about the Thrycreen?
You tried the intimidation already. And go ahead and make an intimidation check if you'd like.
Yep.
Mark, does
Are you?
been a bit? Does he still kind of smell charred?
Oh, yeah. You can see the char on him. Like, he hasn't been cleaned up. He's just in his underwear out of his armor now.
Someone's going to have to take over for me. I rolled a natural one.
All right, natural one in the intimidation.
Szar,
You
Szar
are
will
never
walk
going to
forward.
be
wait.
intimidating to him ever
Wait,
again.
go ahead, Mark. Go. Let me know what happens.
So you slam the tusk down on the small table there, and he looks down at it quizzically and then looks up at you. Are you giving this back to me? Why, thank you. We cannot grow them back. And I'd have you know that, actually, a gift without a tusk is quite handsome. It means we've been in battle.
And
You do me a compliment, sir.
I feel like he genuinely is excited to be here because this is like on his bucket list. Get captured and tortured. Like this is genuinely just something every GIF has to do once.
and then comically, I'm gonna slam my hands on the table and kind of miss, and then like look up. Tell me everything you know.
I know you missed that table, and I know you have no idea what you're doing.
Szar,
Maybe
Szar's
let the one with the
gonna
carapace
to
try.
take over
All right,
here.
so seeing this, Scott to try and keep from laughing. Rolls up to the GIF, and he's still sitting right now, correct?
He's sitting and tied,
And tied.
which means I shouldn't
So, yeah.
be doing hand motions with him.
Fair.
I imagine a lot of it is like chin motions.
Yeah, I envision that he's trying to struggle, like as a person that talks with his hands, is trying to but cannot. Skarok just gets nose to nose with him, and just kind of
Which is still like a foot apart because you both have snouts.
yeah. And so it's like it's like so. The captain was your Rygar. Tell me, why is it they are looking for a tree with teal leaves?
Is that the end of your question?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounded like you had more.
No, I did, and I completely forgot what it was going to be.
So, he looks at you with a squint. I remember one of the ships that we procured kept talking about something about green leaves or the what was it? Oh, the Son of Verdanth. I think that was it.
Son of a depth.
No, Son of Verdanth with a V for victory.
When you say V, I kind of look at him.
Not for you, but well, he doesn't know your name.
It's like, huh. Interesting. So they know of my home. I've not seen one of my home for quite a while, huh? Skarok is actually generally taken aback by this. Szar, your turn.
This guy's getting the
Right.
best of us on the
I-
battlefield.
I'm going to telepathically speak to him in his mind as painfully as I can.
Okay, so you're gonna sort of like thrust your mind into his.
Yes.
Okay.
What of the Thrycreen?
He's going to make Constitution check. You see, as you attempt to make direct physical contact in a very unkind way, he doesn't even flinch. Oh, the Dread Captain. At least that's what he calls himself. I don't know much about him, but I do know that he sure likes checking in with that woman. Should watch
that
yourself about around the Githzerai.
Is that all you have on him?
That's all I know. Gifts honor. And you see him look over at Crux, who gives a nod.
I see Crux give the nod.
You do. You kind of get the understanding that with you, each of you, with your time dealing with GIF, on the whole, they very much enjoy battle, and many end up as in families, basically families of mercenaries. They are simultaneously a family that raises their young, but also at the same time they employ their able-bodied into mercenary roles. It is basically a tradition for them. And while Crux has said nothing on this, you know of the Camus brothers, and you know of Blomart and them. Specifically, you know this, Szar, because you fought them. You know them. You've worked with them. And while this GIF did drop the name Camus, he's not wearing any of their livery, their colors, or even their emblem.
Why?
Why what?
You bring up Camus, but you don't represent him.
That gets a wince. I was a brother, but that's personal. There's nothing to do with what we are doing here today.
No, it does. You guys seem to know a lot about us, and now I think it's time we start learning about you.
Well, if you are the Szar you say you are, then you would know Camus.
Oh, I do.
You could see, just confirming that you know Camus, he starts to sweat. I am only a mercenary. I was kicked from the Camus line roughly a decade ago for overt force. Turns out mercenaries like that. There's no more to that story.
You mentioned the brother.
I did. I was one of the Camus household. Have you any more questions? What about you, Metal One? Not fetching drinks? It's unlike your kind.
Hey,
So,
you watch
Stab
your
him in the
mouth.
big
Just
toe
wanna-
with my rapier.
You watch your mouth.
Just want to interject here. Like,
How-
Skarok is still nose to
Yes.
nose. Hears nothing. Has no idea what conversation's going on. Just watching the hippo's eyes go up and down, and then suddenly start sweating.
Yeah.
The moment someone
I-
disses on Tinman,
I
everybody
would
goes,
like to stab him in the toe.
Okay.
You watch your mouth. If anyone's gonna call him a waiter around here, it's gonna be me. You got anything else, Raider?
You see as Szar stabs him in the foot. Tinman, do you have anything to say?
How does he respond to being stabbed in the foot, first of all?
He lets out a loud groan of pain. Ah, below the belt. Not all right.
Yeah, well, we're not here for your insults. We're here for your information.
Tinman's gonna kind of leisurely approach, intentionally kind of keeping his face down under his brim and keeping his face rather lacking expression.
He's
gonna
gonna
kind
lean
of
forward in the chair and lower his head to meet you eye to eye.
slowly raise my head up and look straight up at him. Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you see, my kind, we're pretty good at math. Some are good at calculus, and others are good at geometry. I'm good at what's called trigonometry. See, in trigonometry, it's this fine armament square in my hand.
Which weapon are you holding up?
The dove. Plus your backside square in my sights equals a casket square in the ground. And I know that probably doesn't mean much for you, but see, I want you to look around where you are right now. Do you know this world? I think it's called total space. Complete backwater. And I know if there's one thing a GIF don't appreciate, it's a dog's death. It's having no story to tell. It's having no good word brought back home. Now, you say that once upon a time you were part of a proud house. You were one of the Gamus brothers. Well, even I heard of them. But you already got a black mark on your record, don't you, boy? You already got kicked out. Running around with mercenaries. Glory is all you got left, ain't it?
If that.
And you're gonna sit here, excited by the opportunity to sit in the chair and be the man of the moment. Well, you don't seem to understand. We're all a bunch of no-ones. We're a bunch of nobodies. There ain't no glory here. This is a school, intentionally founded in the backwater to keep it out of people's eyes. Now, I understand there's a little bit of something going up in the Rock of Brawl. But that ain't here. That ain't now. Even if y'all did succeed, even if y'all brought this down in a crumble, it wouldn't have meant nothing to no one back home, would it? So rather than risking a dog's death, I'm going to point over to Crux over there. Why don't you act on some of that infamous GIF honor and take this opportunity to find a new purpose for yourself? Because whoever came in here and did this was punching down, sir. They were kicking down on students, on children, on people just trying to get a start.
As if to make your point, you see me, Ken, Fred, and Cricklet step in.
There was no honor in this mission, and I think you know that.
I want you to make a persuasion check advantage. And by using the dove, I would like you to make or add a +5 to both of those rolls.
Can and will. Sorry, was that a bit much?
No.
No, that was
Carry on.
That is a 19 plus 5 for a 24.
Skarok, having watched Tinman, or having watched the GIF give specific responses and expressions, specifically his eyes, as you stated, you can see that as Tinman brings up the dove, his eyes go wide. There's very few people that haven't heard of Silver Liner and his sidekick, all but the dove. The long-barreled silver and black revolver is a symbol in the belt. It is a symbol that even the small folk can fight back with a big enough gun. And that is in part what inspired you to do what you do today, Tinman, or what you have done. And
Don't have to tell me twice.
And this gift seems to recognize the same. Skarok, you see that his eyes begin to moisten and Crux steps between.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so seeing this, as his eyes start to moisten, I'm going to untie his hands and offer him the meal.
Good cop.
Good cop.
His hands fall to his sides, and he doesn't even really seem to clock that you're there. You can see his shoulders start to shake, and this is when Crux steps between all of you and the GIF. You could see a somber look on his face. It's not right to see a GIF cry. And if ever you do see, well, let's leave him alone for a moment. He will have his meal in a moment. Give him a moment. And he turns around and kneels in front of the GIF to start speaking with him. Crux does take the meal and sets it on the table next to him. And sort of, he's made it clear that he would like you to step away now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. No, just walk away and kind of lean over to Val. I'm like, we are not really good at this.
Zar's gonna throw Crux a roll of gauze.
He grabs it out of the air and then starts bandaging the other GIF's foot.
I think we did pretty good there.
You missed the table.
Well, I mean, I didn't do good. That's why I said we did good.
Tinman.
Tinman,
Dude.
they gave me chills.
Yeah, buddy.
You almost made me feel bad.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a humble servant droid.
Yeah.
Nothing of the such, my friend. Nothing of the such.
Where was that other spot we had to go investigate?
So there's the skydock and the very bottom where the initial bomb went off. If you wanted to check it out, it wasn't pointed out to you, but it's there for you if you want.
Yeah, I think we want to go check out the skydock with the talking ship, allegedly. No one's confirmed.
Yeah,
Might be fake news. Yeah, to the skydock, guys. What do you think?
Talking ships.
Great.
Everybody's talking about them. It's fake news.
Don't. Not right now. Don't. I don't need that here. Excuse my language.
Mark, when the attack wound up, what did you see happen to the ship? Did it fly off or did it like teleport away?
You're no longer in the room with Fred, so you really don't know.
Well,
What he did mention is that they approached the skydock, and then the ship refused to continue as it asked about a creature or a tree with teal leaves.
If we're gonna step away to go investigate, as we work our way out the room, I'm actually I assume we're passing by our juniors, our co-high there. Gonna go ahead and wave them along.
Excited at the fact that they're being involved. You could see Fred sort of wiggle all over, and Mikan pop a salute. Cricklet still seems relatively unimpressed with the four of you, but she falls in behind. And you're heading up to the sky docks?
I assume so.
Correct.
All right, so you head up to the sky docks. It's only one level up, so it's an easy walk. Behind you, you can hear Mikan and Fred talking excitedly that they're getting to be involved in something finally. And as you get up there, you could see that the area is sort of it's sort of like a almost like a quarry-looking area where it's sort of inset into the ground about 20 feet. You can see the docks themselves are up about 10 feet, so that way jammer ships can come in and float next to these docks. And you can see several stairways that lead up onto the docks, this scaffolding, as it were. Szar, you're familiar with this area. It's where we first found you, sort of taking a siesta in one of the hanging cargo nets. So as you step in, you can see that it is early evening. It's still the same day as when the attack happened, and you do see a small tugboat floating about 300 feet in the air.
Does it have a tree?
You see what looks to be make a perception check, because it's in the sky and it's dark.
17.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
You can see that when you sort of shift your head around and sort of play it against the stars in the background, you can see the telltale shadow silhouette of foliage towards the back end of it.
It's a living ship. Albeit a small one. It is small, right?
Correct.
You said it's a small boat?
You said it, or you would recognize it to be something of roughly the size of a small tugboat.
I don't.
It's a living dinghy.
I don't like this one bit, guys.
I don't like the phrase "living dinghy."
Yeah, I don't like that.
Instead of calling it a tugboat, I was going to call it a tug jammer, but that didn't feel right.
It's a living
Oh,
dinghy.
yeah, that doesn't
No,
work.
no,
The tug
not good
jammer.
either.
no. It's a living dinghy or a tugboat. You can pick.
All right. Well,
Little tugger.
yeah. Good one, huh?
Okay.
The
All right.
spell.
Are we
tugger.
gonna go try to bring it in?
Is it anchored?
You barely need to, because as you step out, specifically Skarok, when you step out, you hear, all four of you hear a projection of a voice. Son of Verdanth, you come. And none too soon. I am in dire need of you. And you see the ship start to lower slowly into the center of the area.
Just kind of looking up over at Skarok. Friend of yours?
Maybe. Look, they're very.
Wasn't that loaded
few-
with explosives?
I
No.
still am.
Oh snap!
However-
Isn't that filled with explosives? I still am.
Those who intend to set it off are no longer here.
Were
I
you
have purged them.
a
Were
hostage?
you a martyr?
Were you not a human shield, but like a tree shield? I guess all shields are trees, but like
A living shield.
a living tree shield.
Were
you trafficked?
It sort of settles into one of the bays. Come aboard and I will answer your questions.
I'm gonna remove those explosives before I get on board.
Yeah.
You can
The
see
living
that
trade is so tragic.
you can see that the front of the ship, now that it's closer, was rigged up with a set of ramming explosives, basically tied to the front bow like it was meant to ram into something and then explode.
All right, put that in your inventory. We have whatever that is now.
Yes, it's canon. It's in our
No.
inventory.
If you can get them off, you can have them.
How are they fastened?
The issue is they're all roughly 50-pound barrels,
Ooh.
and they're all fashioned by rope.
Who?
Oh.
All right. Well, we'll circle back to that. You know.
Yeah.
We'll
And-
circle back.
And from what you can tell, hastily, because whoever was on the ship probably wasn't expecting to get them back.
Maybe we can get them up. All right. We're stepping foot on the boat.
So it's just. So wait, the boat's talking to us, right?
Correct.
That is correct. It's a living ship.
I think
And
It's a
Yeah.
living dinghy.
and as it settles in and you take a step on, Skarok, you feel like you've breathed for the first time in decades. Just being on the deck, you are within the air envelope of this, and you smell the telltale scent of Verdanth. The earthy, the metallic, acidic soil, like the earthy, I cannot find those words. The acidic, earthly soil, the smell of spices and of foliage and of blood and of adrenaline and sweat.
Kind of like its own petrichor.
Yes, and as you step on, you almost feel like you're being embraced by the warmth of the air. Welcome home, son of Verdanth. I have great need of you. I am a seed far, far from home, and I need you. And you can see the tree takes up the entire back half of this small tugboat. The deck is about 30 to 40 feet long, where you can walk. I forget the exact phrases, but the tree takes up the far back quarters where the steering wheel would normally be. And you notice specifically that. Hold on, really quick.
Yeah.
On the outside, the leaves are a burnt orange, but on the underside, they hold a soft light blue that sort of glows and lights the ship.
Would I recognize like the tree pattern? Like, is it from the area that where I would have grown up?
I need you to make a historical or a history check.
All right.
So again, letting my weeb colors here fly for a minute. Does anyone remember Tenchi Muyo and their spaceships that run on trees?
No.
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 But we got to talk
Mark,
about it
can I roll
next
nature?
Monday.
Yes, I will let you roll nature.
Yes, I do, Dayton. I do.
How about
in
a
fact.
17?
That's awesome.
Shout out to Unlucky Cat Ninja, who gets what I'm talking about.
She's the best.
You two win my night.
The you recognize the tree, or at least the lineage. The serrated looking leaves, or the serrated look to the edge of the leaves, the the unique way that the bark runs downwards with almost articulate precision. It doesn't look like the. Remind me exactly which one you lived underneath.
Oh God, where was that? Hang on.
Well,
a second.
either way, it's the earthen
Yes.
one. You can tell from the coloration.
Okay, yeah,
and
the stone one, yeah.
Yeah, the rock-like bark that
Okay.
it is of the lineage of the stone tree.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we get in there and I just said, yeah, I just addressed the group and say, this feels much like home. I think we've got wheels, people. If we are going somewhere, I think we have a way to get there.
Mm.
How are you here? What is going on?
I have traveled far, and you can sort of hear as the immediate shock of everything comes down. The voice sounds aged, like it's been weathered and browbeaten and just beaten down. I have traveled far to find you. Verdant is in trouble. These seeds, we were attacked and Verdant is in danger. I fear it may already be lost.
What? When? What?
I know not. I was but a seedling, recently removed. I yet to grow into my form.
How long has it been since I left?
I don't know. I know not how long it's been since I left.
Skarok just kind of internalizes and just kind of steps back for a minute and really is struggling. Like he wants to go home, but part of him also is really struggling with not really wanting to. He doesn't voice this though.
Leaving it all behind. Yeah.
It sounds to me like these wheels were not meant for us, but they were meant for you, big guy. Now, it ain't really my place to step in and say nothing about the culture I don't know anything about. But we'd appreciate your help here first. At least situate this mission they have for us after the investigation. Maybe decide what you're going to do after that point.
You have a point, Tinman. You're, as always, logical. Ship, what should we call you?
When I was christened and given this form to seed and to grow, I was referred to as Cragleaf.
Well, Cragleaf, it seems your timetable, well, our home's timetable, may be a bit questionable. I have an offer. I will help you save our homeland. Would you help us first? We have some things to find out. Why is it you had explosives strapped to you and tried to blow up the school I was at?
I knew not how to find you, but I knew roughly where you were. The Aegis trees of Verdanth can sense the children of our planet across the Astral Sea. So I came for you. There is not much one can do when they are but a small ship with no armaments. And they threatened me with an axe. But that is why I stopped at a safe distance. I would not move closer should I thought you be harmed.
I appreciate the concern.
I am confused, though, son of Verdanth. You seek to drag your feet to save our planet. You seek to negotiate for the very life you knew.
Haha, the life I knew. Yes, the hunting. Of course, that's the passion, the cooking. We were nothing. My clan, we were nothing. The nobles at any point could strike us down. We had nothing. The only reason my family and I lived is because I could hunt, and no one would dare try to touch our family.
And
They knew.
Who do you think brought you that game? Who do you think looked over you? I believe they've referred to you as Trugs. You had your life because of the trees, the canopy above your hunts, the theater where you acted. When the nobles were too much, you retreated to the trees. They were a blight to us too. Especially the ones that came after. I share your sentiments, Skarok, and I understand that you do not wish to return. We will play this game. And when you see the urgency, you will return with me. But I will not rush you. I understand your loyalty is fragmented.
Yes. Well, you have to. Yes. I will go with you when I am done, when I am ready.
So it will be. And I'll not ask you a second sooner. Do what you must, son of Verdanth, before we return to save our people.
Yeah, he just kind of he turns his back. I guess so. The ship, is there a focal point, like a mouth, face? He's talking.
The voice seems to be projecting from the tree on the back half of the ship.
Okay,
but it is otherwise it doesn't have a face or anything like that. It's just a tree.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, no, but in that essence of like you're looking at culturally,
you have a focal point. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just because Skarok turns his back and walks kind of towards the group, and it kind of grumbles and says, "I'm torn here.
Like I said, let's think on it. We got something ahead of us here.
Yeah. And then I guess we'll get off the ship and then ask around at the dock because we still have questions that need to be answered. Like we know that this ship wants to take me home, but we need to figure out why the attack on the school.
You can see sort of in the Skydock area itself, there isn't a whole lot of foot traffic. It seems pretty much everybody has condensed down towards the lower part of the school. So you don't really see anyone around here, save for a few listless ships that are tied down, and yourselves and Cragleaf currently. Around, you don't really see any signs of a struggle. But once you start looking around in the dark, like on the ground floor beneath the docks, you start to find bodies. And several of them, probably half a dozen, all wearing similar clothes to what you saw earlier, Valen, on those few that were on that walkway.
The nondescript.
Exactly. Suspiciously nondescript. And you can see that one of them seems to be wearing a slightly nicer clothing, and they have that same silver emblem of the crossed sabers and the sun behind it. But aside from that, they all look to have died from falling.
Interesting. I'm gonna take my knife out and cut the symbol off, and just kind of throw it in my pack for later reference. And if you could share that with me too, I can share it later.
Yep. So I'm not going to give you exactly the name.
Yeah.
But for now, it's going to be a sun saber emblem.
Awesome.
Is this the same emblem that we saw? Before, was it with the gelatinous cubes?
No, it was the one that Valen and Tinman saw on one of the men out or on the walkway when they were dealing with the Braxat.
Oh, also the one that I saw with the Rhaegar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do I recognize that symbol?
It does not. Make a history check for me.
Sure. 16.
Ooh.
You know that symbols of its like are not uncommon in the belt, specifically because everybody seems to want to tell everyone who their allegiance is. However, this specific one does not seem familiar to you.
Okay, cool.
All right. Like I said, you find the bodies all seeming to have fallen or died from falling, and Skarok, in the back of your mind, you hear the grumble, "Like I said, I purged them."
Well done. Make sure you treat yourself nicely while we're gone, buddy.
Oh, please tell me you did not just say that.
I'd prefer you'd make like a me and leave now.
And with that, I think the party will head to the last spot of investigation. I believe there's one more.
Yep. Mert's room with the gelatinous cubes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So you head back down and you head over to Mert's quarters, and it's exactly as you left it. The the entirely open crate on the floor there. The two now oozing and seeping out smaller gelatinous cubes, one having been exploded, and it's exactly the way you left it.
I want to investigate. They each had a metal gauntlet in them, and that pretty much got put to the side because the whole tower was collapsing.
Yeah.
I'd like us to investigate that.
Yep.
All right. So they like I said, they lay exactly where you left them, just sort of having oozed out of the side of the oozes there, the gelatinous cubes, and they are made of sort of like an angry red metal, almost like a scale plate, scale mail gauntlet of very finely crafted red and like a silvery gold metal, a bronzish. And they are gauntlets, like metal gauntlets. And they're just sort of laying there on the ground. Do you pick them up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and investigate those.
Okay, you can see that each ooze had one. And you do get a sense of magic off of them. However, if you do attempt to attune, you find that attempt resisted, as the two gauntlets themselves don't seem to be attuned to each other anymore.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Bizarre?
wave the party over.
Did you say
Take a look.
bizarre? Or bizarre.
Oh, bizarre, yeah. Thought you said Szar.
No, bizarre.
Tin Man's waving everyone over.
Yep.
Zar's Bizarre Adventure.
General Bazaar. Yeah, I'm gonna go over and take a look at the gauntlets
Mhm.
and kind of like practice slapping someone with them and like kind of look at them and then be like,
Are
I
you
don't.
putting them on?
No,
Okay.
like holding on the outside, like you would
Yeah.
use.
Like with the duel.
Yeah, right.
Challenge,
To see how
yeah.
it.
I challenge you to a duel.
Right.
Uh,
See
you
how
can
it.
Throws
tell-
metal gauntlet at your face.
you can tell that they would hurt,
Just hit him like a hammer.
but they seem like they seem to wear like normal gauntlets. But yeah, if you were to smack someone with one of these, it would hurt.
Yeah, I say we take these back to Mert and not touch them too much as I'm still swinging them. Don't mess around too much with these things. They look dangerous.
Skarok, when Valen waves the one by you, you sort of get a similar welling of anger in the pit of your stomach that you had earlier when you turned on the party. But it goes away pretty quickly. It's almost like a quick bout of nausea.
Yeah, but yo, Val, man, hey, that, you remember the tree, the incident when I tried to bite, Tin Man's face off?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it away from him immediately and be like, continue.
No,
That's
it's okay.
So you're saying that the glove is what was causing all that, not the cubes.
Give it a good smell. I bet you.
No, I don't think I will.
No, I don't think. I'm gonna.
Even from this distance, you don't pick up any scents.
Yeah, I'm not gonna smell it, but I'm gonna hold on to it. And how's that bag of colding work with like gauntlets of acid?
Skarok just looks at you with the most like deathly cold stare and says, "No."
Aw, come on.
No, but we can do is wrap it up for now at the very least.
And then I'm gonna.
I grab Mert's blanket.
I'm gonna fold it into a thumbs up and then drop in the blanket.
So you now have Mert's blanket, and you have two separated gauntlets of rage.
Ooh.
I think we should take this back to Mert and Crux and kind of bring our investigation to them and see what they have to say.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think
Sound
you're
good,
missing a
gentlemen?
very crucial part of this, and as the DM, I'm willing to step in.
Yep.
What was causing
no.
the rage?
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
thought
before
you were
like
gonna
Tin Man,
say we
before
were
we
missing
head out
the,
here, what do
treasure.
you think was causing the rage?
Well, my original assumption was the cubes themselves. Between you and me, I've had an unfortunate past with various psionic entities, and believe it or not, but them oozes can pick up that kind of power after a while. But these gauntlets seem to be a whole nother mess.
Interesting.
I'm saying all this as I'm like kind of pacing around the room and slowly walking my way up to that one specific stone next to Mert's bed.
Oh, Zar's already standing next to
Hey.
you.
Yeah, Szar already mentioned he was going over there.
Okay.
Hey guys, I see what we're doing here, but I think we're a bit above this, right? Open it up. All right, guess not.
Szar, you managed to upend this this flagstone and pull out a very nice electrum ingot. But Skarok, I need you to make one more wisdom saving throw for me, please.
And I'm gonna look away because I'm not really about robbing the guy.
Oh no, that is going to be a 6.
We're not robbing him. We're just
Verifying.
taking it back to
Allocating
him.
resources.
So, Tinman,
Yep.
you have come to the conclusion that whatever is causing the rage is probably the gauntlets from the gelatinous cubes. However, Skarok, standing close to, we're wrapping up, I promise.
Yep.
Standing close to the box, as it were, you catch another whiff of whatever it was that set you off last time. And the rest of you hear snarling and growling as you see Skarok start to give in again.
Gosh,
And
darn it.
I have the
We're gonna stop
gauntlets.
there.
I'm booking it out of the room.
And we're going to call it there for the night.
Gosh darn it, Skarok. We can't. I just said we were a team again. All right. Hey, guys.
No. There was a second component to all this that we didn't see. Mark was straight up warning us.
Hey, great episode tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
We had some
Mark,
really good energy tonight.
Yeah, Mark, great job tonight. Dayton, you're getting the trophy of the night. You did a great
Dude,
thing
yeah,
there.
If
Interrogator
players
of
give
the year.
inspiration, Tin Man gets it next session.
Yeah.
Czar, I'm going to let your inspiration carry over. Just generally speaking, if you guys didn't use inspiration in a session, I don't mind it carrying over, but we're not doubling up.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're not saving inspiration. But
Hey,
yeah,
tune in next
There
week.
wasn't really a good point to use the
yeah,
inspiration.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fine with you holding on to it.
Hey guys,
Yeah, 'cause
tune
I
in
still-
next week.
I still got
We're
my
gonna
port
we're gonna
recording.
have a behind the stream. We're gonna all come back. We'll hang out. We'll talk about this week's episode. We'll talk about things coming up. I got a few fun games to play again. Tune back in. Great time. Good to see you guys. Mark, take it away.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. And, for episode 5 of Echoes of the Astral Sea, our Spelljammer campaign, we're coming up on the very end of the Academy sort of prologue. And, of course, I would also like to let everybody know that starting next session, you all get a level.
Oh, first level up of the campaign. Oh my gosh, guys, this is great.
Now,
Hey,
Are we
put
going
it.
to be taking that level prior to the next session?
Yes.
Hey, put it in
Okay.
put it down in the comments what everyone thinks we should do our level in and how we should do it. And of course, maybe we'll listen, but I don't know. I have some pretty good plans already. But let us know what you think. I'll see you
Yes.
guys next week. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Everybody.
That all.